This is Muckspout.
Welcome to Muckspout. I'm Eric.
And I'm Darren.
And today we're taking a look at HBO Max, the new streaming service.
When, today?
Today.
Yeah.
So, like, by the time this drops, it might be yesterday.
Yeah.
Or 2 days ago.
I don't know. It's some day.
Today is the day that it's out.
Yeah.
This morning I woke up, I checked my phone, downloaded HBO Max because I knew we were going to talk about it today. Mm-hmm. So I didn't pay for HBO Max. I got it through AT&T just because it's one of the perks.
I also didn't pay for HBO Max.
So I couldn't remember my password because I hadn't logged into the AT&T Watch thing in a while. So I went to my computer to reset my password. And while I was on the computer, I noticed somebody had said that HBO Max wasn't available on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick.
How can you even launch something?
Those are literally the two things that I watch streaming services through.
I mean, that's insane. I mean, I know so many people with a Fire Stick, so many people with Rokus. I know that,
it's on like Apple TV and something else that nobody uses.
But I mean, like, smart TVs maybe? Is it on those?
It's on some Sony TVs, I guess.
Okay, because like Roku makes most of the smart TVs too.
Yeah.
Like it's insane to me that you would even launch
Roku and
something
Fire
without
Stick,
having
from what I read, are like 33% of the market.
Yeah, it's huge.
So, like,
I mean, 1/3 of your market's gone right there. That's ridiculous.
When I saw that, I almost decided not even to talk about it today because I didn't want to have to browse my phone with you to take a look at it. Like, it's never gonna be worth watching on my phone or an iPad. I'm a grown ass man. I don't watch movies on my phone. But then I discovered that it was available on the PlayStation, which is not preferable. And I'll probably never load up the PlayStation to watch HBO Max. Maybe in 2 years when the next Westworld season comes out. But it's not going to be very often that I'll pull that up.
So,
honestly.
I mean, basically you're telling people the only ways you're going to be able to stream it are specific TVs. You have to have one of the top game consoles, I'm taking it currently. Your Apple TVs. These are not things that are everybody, Joe HBO, I guess, is going to have, Yeah. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
On top of that, they did a special. I don't know how much the special was. Like, you buy the year and you get, like, I don't know, $30 off throughout the year or whatever. Mm-hmm. But whatever it was, they did this special. So people, like, pre-ordered this, like, months ago. Never was it said on any of their stuff what devices it was going to be on. You would just assume it's going to be on everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so there's people all over Twitter right now. They're like, I have this service. I paid for it in advance. I want to watch, Harry Potter or whatever, and I can't even use the service that I bought. People are like super pissed off.
And
about
this is a $15 a month, $14.99 a month service. I mean, it's not like it's a cheap service. Mm-hmm. You would think you could get a contract with one of your top, streaming devices. Unbelievable to me.
So the word on the street is that they're working with Roku. It doesn't sound like Fire Stick is going to happen.
Unbelievable.
But that's just crazy to me. There's also some people, I couldn't find anything to substantiate it. Some people said that the HBO Now app that's on the Roku TV is supposed to just turn into the HBO Max. But at the same time, I'm hearing contract disputes and stuff. So I'm thinking that's just rumor and bullshit.
Yeah, it's probably, I mean.
So obviously, that's a huge flaw that's going to, even me having it for free, it's not going to be something that I'm going to use very often. I have Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime Video,
and
and honestly, Pluto TV and some of the free stuff like that.
The free stuff is great.
Yeah, are super good. So, but that being said, we did finally browse it through the PlayStation, and we took a look and made a list of the things that we think are good on it.
Well, real quickly, thinking about it, you're only doing this on certain devices, right? You couldn't build your app better than what you should be killing it if you're just going to be on PlayStation or whatever, and it shouldn't have been.
The interface
it's very
thing
clunky.
is a mess.
And
like they have their list of featured stuff are like all over the place, but you have to like really drill in to see some of the stuff that was really good.
Right. For instance, we both like Godzilla movies, right?
Yeah.
So you went ahead and pulled up Godzilla King of the Monsters. And one, it was hard to find.
Yeah, King of the Monsters was buried, and it's a newer movie.
Right. And two, they've got almost all the Godzilla movies, but there's no suggestion like a Netflix would have or somebody else.
No, you have to get into the list of movies and
find
go
Godzillas.
down to G and pull it up, and there's like 10 of them or something.
Badly made, clunky interface. Horrible.
Yeah. The good things about it, which I think we could say up front, even this good stuff, which there's a number of good things on it, aren't enough to make me want. I mean, obviously, I've said I won't probably use it very much, even despite some of the stuff that's on here. It's not anything that would draw me to it to buy.
Right. I mean, if it was like a $5.99 service.
Yeah, that's the
or
thing
something
too.
like that.
The cost is. I don't even know what Netflix is right now, but this is at least around Netflix, maybe more. Mm-hmm. So I guess we could just go back and forth. I'll throw out that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a hell of a show.
I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think them having it is good, but it's something
it's a cool like footnote, but like
right. I could still see reruns on TV.
Yeah, and we grew up when it aired, and then it's been on reruns and something secondary for so long, anyways. And they're like promoting it as the streaming premiere, but there's never been a time in my life I haven't been able to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air if I wanted to.
Right. Yeah, I've probably seen every Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at least 2 times. So, I mean, while it's worth it, it's a good show, great show, but
yeah,
I mean,
if this was on my Roku and I would flip to the Roku and check, like I might check out Fresh Prince now and then,
right.
But it's not something I'm going to go out of my way for.
And I know one thing that'll pull them in is Friends, like pull people in. Friends is, huge with 90s kids, basically. It's a show that a lot of people grew up with. They do love it. It's a top stream show, and I think it was a big move for them to get it.
Yeah, big money on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be worth
That's why the
that.
shit's $14.99.
$14.99, yeah. And I think Netflix Premium is $15.99, which is like several different devices. So save your money and buy that. But yeah, I mean, so I would say Friends is a good, one of the best things they have on there. It's something that I personally am not, wouldn't be sitting there and saying I'm going to pay $14.99 a month to watch Friends, especially since if you ever watch cable television or TNT, Nick at Night or anything, I mean, at night, Friends is on probably 8 stations, so, I mean, is it really worth that? Probably not.
I don't think even if you were into Friends, like to pay $14.99 a month to watch Friends, you just go on eBay and buy the DVD set.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
All right, moving on. I think actually probably my favorite television show of all time is Westworld. That show is so tight. As far as HBO shows go, that show has been top notch to me, and I've subscribed to HBO just for it for a couple months before. So that's the sort of thing that could get me to check it out. But that would be one of those things still where I would get it for a couple months. I couldn't see paying $14.99 for that, or maybe just 1 month and binging it. The seasons are. I think the new season was only 8 episodes long.
Right. So I mean, another good show, good thing to watch. Is it worth it? Yeah. One that I'm interested in, and I think you probably are too, is the new Looney Tunes show. Yeah. Kids at heart will probably enjoy watching that.
I saw they posted one a couple weeks ago on Facebook, and it was Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam, and it was funny. It's kind of like a few years ago when Disney did the new Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Okay.
And they kind of had that classic feel to them, and they were actually funny. It's along those lines. It was funny, and you always those are our childhood heroes, so you always want to see them done right.
But on the downside of that, we actually looked up Looney Tunes just in general, and there wasn't much content. The Bugs Bunny and Tweety show, I don't think, was on there.
I think one of the other streaming services has Space Jam right now, but
I think it's Netflix.
They need to get Space Jam and stick it in there with their Looney Tunes.
I didn't see Looney Tunes back in action or any of that. That's a disappointing thing to it, but I mean, it's new content.
Come to think of it, Tiny Toons.
I was surprised that wasn't there.
That's on Hulu, right? And Hulu actually has a Tiny Toons cartoon coming out next year, I think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
that won't be on HBO.
Glaring mistake.
Right.
Actually, I gotta say, looking ahead at my list, the majority of things on my list are nostalgic animation. Like,
yeah, I have a lot of animation too, and I get it. A lot of it is probably who you are and
yeah,
what you like.
There's good movies that I didn't really write down any movies because movies
for me,
are
like
everywhere.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I've never read it, so that wasn't a.
But
big
they have
deal.
the whole series, and I've only seen the first Harry Potter all the way through, so I might check them all out eventually if I want to boot up my fucking PlayStation.
Then there's the DC movies.
Yeah,
and
there's a couple of those I haven't seen, mostly because the other ones were trash.
Right. The only good ones are the animated ones. Let's be honest. So I mean, like that doesn't,
So as far as DC goes, Teen Titans Go is on there, and that's genius.
Yeah, let's just lay that out there.
Yeah.
Was Teen Titans Go to the movies on there? I didn't even notice.
I don't think either one of the Teen Titan movies were on there.
For fuck's sake. Okay, so yeah, but I mean, if you've never seen it, it's hilarious. Wouldn't be worth $14.99, but it's good.
I've heard for years that Boondocks was good.
That's on my list too.
I've never actually seen it, so I do want to check it out.
It is great. I mean, it's a really good show. Another one though that I think you can find, like, I mean, it's not going to be worth your $14.99 a month cost. There was an Adult Swim show. It's funny. It's good. It's poignant, but it's again just not something that's going to knock you, completely off your ass that you have to have the service. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I've seen clips of that show for years, but I've never actually watched an episode.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like Seinfeld people will love the show. It's a good show. Larry David's hilarious.
It's been on forever, and it's ridiculous that I have never seen it. I've had HBO before.
And then they just came back because it was gone, and then they started a new season last year, I think it was. Mm-hmm. So I mean, a lot of people haven't seen those things.
The Wire is another like HBO show that I haven't seen, but I've heard great things about.
Yeah, that's on there. Once again, though, hard to find.
Yeah,
it should have been right up at the top.
We tripped across it finally when we were digging around.
Ballers is another one that I've seen and then I've also heard about with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Good show. They have some good content from HBO, but if you've had HBO...
Yeah. Which is the only reason I have it right now is because I had HBO, but I had it for free anyways.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, like, same with Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones, and I might still not, just because all I've heard lately is about how bad the ending is, and you don't want to sit through seasons of something for a bad ending. But that one's on there. There might be some people excited by that.
Yeah, Game of Titties is... you just fast forward and get to that. And
more recently, they had the Watchmen TV show that I haven't watched yet. So
I haven't seen it.
That one I might go out of my way to watch, maybe. But I've had HBO since it's been out at some point, and I haven't watched it. So who knows? Maybe I won't. Watchmen is one of those things that's like... The movie was really good. The comic series was really good. I don't really compare the two, but it was like good enough that it didn't really need additional stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not something I've been terribly excited about.
For the kids, I mean, Sesame Street's on there.
Yeah.
And the related stuff. The
Sesame Street parodies are on there too, like in their own category there.
I love Sesame Street. Who didn't?
Yeah, we grew up on that.
Street, yeah.
And like the parodies that they put out on YouTube are hilarious.
And the Elmo late show, talk show, not so late.
The not so late show or whatever.
That might be something to check out. Whether it'd be worth more than one spin, I don't know. But yeah.
One of their really big things that they got is the entire Studio Ghibli collection. I think it's the entire thing.
Yeah, you know more on that than I do.
Yeah, the couple of them that I've actually seen are fantastic, but they're also like that whole studio is like beloved. So I don't know if anybody would get that just for that, but if people do, like that's something that I think would get some watching.
Rick and Morty is on there, and I mean that's beloved. I think you can still get Rick and Morty on Hulu though.
It's on at least one of the other things that I have.
I mean it's not something that is exclusive to the HBO streaming service. And that's the thing. With the whole thing, I honestly, there's content, but
yeah,
the quality of the content isn't really that high. I mean, it's just stuff that I can get anywhere.
So Space Ghost Coast to Coast popped up when we were digging around.
Yeah.
That was always a really good one.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Was Harvey Birdman on there?
I didn't see Harvey
I
Birdman.
didn't see there.
No. And then they do have a little Adult Swim section.
Yeah.
With good stuff. I mean, everything. Adult
Robot
Swim.
Chicken.
Robot Chicken's great.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of great stuff on there. Again, yeah, Harvey Birdman wasn't on there. I don't think Venture Brothers were either. And that's a great show, too.
So, like, a classic that popped up, one of the last things when we were popping through was The Land Before Time. Those are good kids.
Good kids movies. Also, Jetsons, Flintstones.
Yeah,
on there.
Hanna-Barbera
stuff.
Now, so I did see that there's a new Hanna-Barbera show coming on. I can't remember what it's called, but it's going to be like a new one. Oh, I think it's called Jellystone.
Ah, okay.
That might be interesting.
So it's basically a Yogi Bear show?
And I think it's including all the Hanna-Barbera stuff, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that
so
sounds cool.
I can get behind that.
When we went through, like, the feature movies, I wasn't extremely impressed with what they were giving us for the features. The suggestions just in general were poor, I thought. There's not a real good trend set.
Like, movies always come and go from those things, so they're not even something that I would necessarily, like...
Right, you're not going to jump on it just for the movie quality.
And, like, you had to really dig for, like, some of the classics, like the Alien. I think they had the first 3 Alien movies, stuff like that. They have the Turner Classic movies if you're into Casablanca. But if you're into Casablanca,
you know what? If you really want to see a
good
Turner Classic movie, The Great Dictator.
They already got
fantastic.
Trump's autobiography on there. Autobiography, like he could write a book.
Yeah, exactly. He could from his Twitters.
The HBO Spawn cartoon was on there.
That would be interesting.
That was a good one.
Again.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So
I think maybe a lot of it for me is I never needed HBO, so I don't need this.
Yeah.
Like, say for instance, I watched The Sopranos, but I didn't have HBO to watch The Sopranos. I would rent The Sopranos discs after the year they came out, and just watch through them and things like that. It's all good shows. There's good stuff, but they're going to need the content to continue to be at a very high level, original content for it to be anywhere near the worth.
Yeah. I mean, like we talked about how the interface is clunky, the cost is too much. Mm-hmm. It's not on most of the devices that you would really need it to be on to get use out of it.
Right.
And then we gave a long list of things that are good, but the things that are good, a lot of them are just like
TV shows.
Space Ghost was good.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything where I'm like, knocked away. And none of the things I think that I listed would be something that I couldn't get somewhere else. I mean, I guess maybe like Fast Forward to Titties and Ballers. But like other than that,
Yeah, like Westworld, but like again, Westworld, I could just get HBO for a month and check it out. I mean, like I would not hold on to a $15 a month charge for this.
No, I mean, especially when you're looking at, say, for instance, well, we've got so much that's out there. Disney Plus. If you do the Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN bundle, it's still cheaper than buying this service.
Yeah.
And I've got 3 services. And Hulu, even with commercials, is worth it.
I watch Hulu more than anything now. It used to be Netflix, but Hulu's been my go-to lately.
Right. And then Disney Plus is great for just the content it has.
I mean, they got more movies, bigger movies.
Right.
And
all the Marvel movies.
Yeah. A lot of shows and stuff coming up. I mean, like the one thing I can think of coming up on HBO, and this is partly my fault because I haven't researched like what's coming up on HBO Max, but like there's the Jellystone cartoon coming up, which I saw, and then they're actually the ones that are getting that Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai cartoon.
Oh, okay.
And I was always a big Gremlins fan, so like I'll check that out. But I wouldn't pay $15 a month to check that out, like if I didn't have it already. And with my AT&T deal, this is totally not interesting, really, but
I don't think any of this was.
It's annual, so like after a year, I'm able to switch that to some other service. And I've already been thinking about switching it to Spotify next time and dropping HBO because I saw the Westworld already and I don't care about anything else that much.
Right.
So like I probably won't even keep this and it's free.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. If HBO Max wants to give it to you, that sounds so sexual. But anyway, yeah. But I mean, yeah, you know, for a lower cost, it might be worth it. Even for me, I wouldn't even honestly have it even at a lower cost.
No, if they got like,
and there's no porn anime. What the hell's that? Like, I mean, it's just HBO.
Yeah, I mean, if they started pumping out like some really cool original content and then drop the price to like $6, I'd be considering it. But as it is, $15 a month, I would not pay for what it is.
And you know, there's so many streaming services out here now. The newer ones that have been coming out, I just say like the Peacock Network and things like that. I just don't see that value.
I had CBS Access for a couple months.
Picard's good. That's it.
Twilight Zone was pretty good.
Twilight Zone, yeah.
But otherwise, you're just paying for CBS, which nobody watched for free.
Right. I mean, I can't get CBS with an antenna, so there's nothing listed on CBS that I've actually been really wanting, or else I would actually buy cable. So.
Peacock will get like The Office and stuff, but I don't want to get streaming service for things that I've already seen or are old. I want some cool new stuff. Like Netflix has obviously got an advantage of being around a long time now.
And they've got so much new
But
content.
they're constantly pumping out new stuff. They're like one of the biggest studios out there.
Advice-wise, if you're going to get a streaming
HBO,
service,
you're listening. Yeah. Oh, it's not the HBO. It's to the...
Oh, yeah. No. Oh. But if it is HBO, my advice to you is get the fuck on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick, 1. 2, get somebody that knows something about fucking making an interface. I don't care if you have to steal them from Netflix.
Exactly. Hulu just changed theirs, and I'm not too keen to it. I didn't like their old interface either.
Right.
But both of those interfaces are better than what HBO's got going on.
Oh, yeah. None of them are as bad as Amazon's. Amazon's
is really bad. And Disney's is basically Netflix. Just do that. Yeah. It works.
Yeah. Everybody likes it. I would axe HBO Max if I had it.
I have it for free, and I'm planning on axing it. So maybe they'll do something to change my mind. I think I have it for another 10 months right now.
Hopefully it'll get better. You know, maybe we'll revisit this.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, HBO.
Yeah.
You got Bill Maher, though.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, with the stand-up, that was crazy. Like, we were like, is there no stand-up on here?
Yeah, because, I mean, everybody knows HBO, stand-up comedy specials.
Yeah. So, you have to go into the menu that you don't even really notice, and then go down to comedy, and then over to specials to pull up those. Like, it's just...
Instead of, like, Netflix just has an area. It says stand-up. You go, you know, like, as I'm browsing through.
And stand-up's a big deal for Netflix nowadays.
Oh, yeah. They've signed so many people to just do stand-up comedy specials.
I mean, HBO's stand-up is all a little bit older and dated now, where Netflix has, like, Dave Chappelle
stuff,
and all that.
There's, like, old Chris Rock and Dave Attell and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's funny stuff still, but... Like, you don't need to bury it.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, show me.
Like, maybe nobody's going to be looking for Dana Carvey, but still.
You will.
I might.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's HBO Max in a nutshell.
It's content.
They got a bunch of stuff there if you want to check out stuff that you've probably already seen.
Yeah.
Or Harry Potter.
Overall, unimpressive. Yeah. And, I mean, if you want...
Boo, HBO. Boo.
What the fuck is that?
Boo to you.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and look for us on social media.